Cheers, queers. Today on the Big Gay Agenda,
I have no idea.
Kaitlynn has no idea what's on the Big Gay Agenda today. We had a Big Gay Agenda, and then it is now a rescheduled Big Gay Agenda, so we're doing this agenda item.
How much can you say agenda?
A lot. I will be your host who knows what's going on, and Kaitlynn is our learning participant, shall we say. So we're going to play a little game, dear listener.
Okay.
And this game is, what on earth is this talking about? So I want Kaitlynn to guess based on the lines that I've put on this slide. These are song lyrics. They say, if you're listening at home, when Emma falls in love, I know that boy will never be the same. Because she's the kind of book that you can't put down. Like if Cleopatra grew up in a small town. Kaitlynn, what is going on here?
Is this an English class? What the hell?
No, not an English class. This is the Big Gay Energy Podcast. What do you think is going on with these words?
When Emma... Okay, so I think that this person may like Emma, and Emma is with someone else, but she doesn't quite love him yet. But when she falls in love, he's never going to be the same because she's the best thing in the world. And because she's basically a queen to her.
I absolutely love that interpretation because, yes, when you're just looking at this, it sounds like whoever's writing it worships Emma, right? Like a queen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kaitlynn. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about queer themes. We're going to talk about a topic I've wanted to talk about for a very long time, which is queer themes in Taylor Swift songs. So that was a Taylor Swift lyric.
That was one of my guesses, by the way.
I know, that's why I didn't let you guess. So, like her or not, Taylor Swift is one of the most popular artists on the planet. In fact, she just had a concert like a few days ago, and the crowd was dancing so forcefully that it caused seismic activity that's considered an earthquake. So, what? Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was recordable. Like, it shook the earth from all the dancing from her thousands of fans at her concert. I'm not making this up.
That's insane. It's like the Mamma Mia ending.
That's okay. So she is literally earth-changing. If you don't know who Taylor Swift is, she is a musician. But she is a musician, singer, lyricist, music video director, etc. She wears many hats. Her work, because she's so popular, clearly appeals to a wide variety of audiences, including members of the queer community, yours included. So in honor of the Eras Tour, which is going on right now, it's about to go into its international branch, I think, which for all those who are going, good for you. I'm totally not still salty about the Ticketmaster debacle that cost me a ticket. Like,
hold on. She was in the airport on the way back from Vancouver with all of us trying to get these tickets. And I was about ready. I'm like, should we delay our flights to get you there?
Yeah, no, the Ticketmaster site crashed. And so people were in the queue for hours and hours and hours. And I was one of them who could not get a ticket. So not salty at all about that. Not at all. Not at all.
But I think it's rumored that she's coming back here.
Rumor has it. We'll see. But anyway, in honor of the Eras Tour that's still going on, we thought we'd take a closer look at the themes in Taylor Swift's music that the gays and the theys can relate to. What this discussion, despite the lyrics we just showed you, what this discussion is not about is the artist's sexuality in any way, shape, or form. We're not talking about the artist. This is strictly looking at the music, particularly the lyrics, and why it resonates with queer people like me. So that is what this is about. If you're looking for like gayer content, you're not going to find it here. This is just her music and an analysis of the music. So I just wanted to get that out of the way.
We try not to talk about people themselves in this podcast.
No, I don't think that is, that's not, we're not talking about the artist. We're talking about the work and analyzing the work. And why do queer people love it so much? So, you ready, Kaitlynn?
Oh, yeah. So ready.
So let's get back to Emma Falls in Love, the song. So this song is clearly gives vibes of just like worshiping women, whether it's queer or not. If you take it out of context, it kind of sounds like the lyricist is worshiping Emma by comparing her to Cleopatra, who was literally a queen, like you said. I love that you said that. And the next line is also weird and kind of like a queer thing. The next line after she says, like, is singing, like Cleopatra grew up in a small town, and all the bad boys would be good boys if they only had a chance to love her. And to tell you the truth, sometimes I wish I was her. It's that, for like me reading that through a queer lens, it's like that thing where like the lines before that are almost like worshiping this Emma person. And then the next line's like, do I want to be her? Or like, do I want to be the boy? Like, it's like, you know, it's one of those,
it's like, oh, I love you so much, I want to be.
Yeah, and that's like a confusing thing, like when you're like first trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, do I admire this person? Do I want to worship this person? Do I want to be this person?
That is why I did not realize I was gay for so long. Oh my gosh. The amount of people I've just like, it's like such huge fans of.
It's just, it's confusing. Okay, Kaitlynn, so now we're gonna just switch on over. I'm gonna play you the lyrics so you can, I assume you've never heard the song before, have you, Kaitlynn?
I have not. I did, or else I would have known what was going on.
I know, that's what I was kind of counting on. So this song, Emma Falls in Love, is from, Taylor just redid or re-recorded her Speak Now album, and this was a song that wasn't on the original album, so this was in her
then
vault.
I really didn't
exactly. So unless you listen to Taylor Swift religiously, you would have missed this song because it literally just came out. So
I've been hearing more of her songs recently, and like she is pretty damn good.
She is, and her like lyrics for me, they just, I'm literally the same age as her. So for me, like, I really resonate with the things she's talking about in her lyrics because they follow the trajectory of like my life as well, in terms of like growing up and like the way you're kind of looking at love, relationships, etc. So it's very relatable, and her lyrics very much mature as she gets older, and it's cool to see the evolution of that. All right, so I'm just gonna play you the clip that's essentially the lyrics we just went over.
She's the caliber that you can't put down. Like if Cleopatra grew up in a small town.
Okay, so that's Emma Falls in Love. Did you hear all that?
Yes, I did.
It's a really good song. I like it. It's new. As in she wrote this when she was younger, but it is released to the world now.
That's cool.
I know.
So she's releasing all of this stuff again because she has the ownership, right?
Yeah, so that's a whole other thing. Like basically when she's been doing this when she's a teenager, and so she got it to basically her, long story short, her albums were sold to somebody named Scooter Braun, who's like misogynist and horrible.
He managed Justin Bieber too.
Yeah, and he was horrible. And so basically anytime you stream one of her original albums from, oh god, what was the last thing? I think Lover, and all the way back to like Taylor Swift, the first album. She doesn't own the album. So if it streams, Scooter Braun gets money. So what she's been doing is she owns the rights to the lyrics. So she did that. So she owns the words. So she's releasing them with slightly different music, and releasing them. So you'll see songs that say in parentheses Taylor's version. So anytime you see that, she owns that. So if you stream that song, she gets the money, not the man who's making millions off of her. So that's why she's slowly doing that. And as an incentive to like buy that album, listen to that, she's releasing all the songs she made at that time. Well, not all, but some songs she also wrote at that time that didn't make the original cut. And she's also like, for some of the songs, putting her original lyrics in there, the ones that they made her take out and stuff.
Aw.
Yeah, so, and hence how you got like the All Too Well 10-minute version versus like, yeah, so things like that. So she's like, it's much more her, and you can tell, versus like a studio executive filtered version. So it's really nice. And so if you like her and want to support her, listen to the songs that say in parentheses Taylor version. I think the only 2 albums she owns outright right now, oh no, 3 actually, are Evermore, Folklore, which are her pandemic albums, and Midnights. She straight up owns those, so there's no Taylor's version. It is her version. Hence why there's like swearing and shit in those albums, because she owns them. She's like, I do whatever I want.
I'm just surprised that they let her have, I believe Back to December is like over 6 minutes long.
Yeah, like that's, yeah. I love that song. Oh my God, it's so good.
I did listen to Taylor Swift when I was younger. So like I know
you know some of these that we're going to talk about.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift was pretty big around here because she's from around here, even though she didn't like actually like stay here.
Yeah, I mean, she had to go to Nashville where the music scene is. All right, so let's move on from women, worshiping women, and get into another theme that we all like, which is feeling the colors of the rainbow. This girl, okay, this is something my wife pointed out to me. She's like, does Taylor Swift feel colors? Because she uses colors as a descriptor for like feelings. Like there's a whole song just called Red where she just uses,
I love that song. It's
great, but it's like colors equal feeling. And so some people can do that where like they feel things from colors, and I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift is one of those people because her lyrics. Anyway, so she loves colors, and I picked out one line from each song that has the colors of the rainbow in them. And so,
I thought this was like one song.
No,
because I was like,
no,
Julie would pick this out that she was doing the rainbow in one song.
I wish that she had a rainbow song. We're waiting for it. It'll happen one day. All right, so the first up is a line from Illicit Affairs, which is from the Folklore album, which is, "You showed me colors I couldn't see with anyone else," which feels so queer-coded to me, because it's kind of like when you finally like get with somebody that you like, or you find a community of people that are like you, and you start to speak the same language. That's kind of what this line means to me, but colors I couldn't see with anybody else. The next one is from Maroon, which is from Midnights. And it's, "The lips I used to call home, so scarlet it was maroon," which this is probably my favorite one because she's using one color to describe another, which is probably one of my favorite.
I like this next one.
You want to read it?
It says, "Holy orange bottles, each night I pray to you." I'm just like, holy orange bottles. I don't get it.
Okay. What pharmacy do you use to fill your medications?
Rite Aid. But
and what color are the bottles that they give you?
White.
Okay, so like,
but yeah, they're orange.
Because so as a pharmacist, I can tell you why they're never clear, and that's because light can degrade chemicals. And so the standard for a very long period of time was using amber bottles, like amber glass, so that it protected whatever was inside. And so some pharmacies use a plastic version of that, like Target, CVS, Walgreens. And it looks like it's orange, and it's to prevent the pills from degrading. So this was a song talking about somebody who was sick and was praying that the pills would make the person better.
But what if you put it in like a clear thing afterwards? Is that bad?
Yes.
Okay.
It will make your pills less effective because they'll degrade faster. And by degrade, it's the active ingredient.
That's why most pill containers are rainbow.
That's why most pill containers, like if you buy the original bottles they come in, they're just not see-through at all, usually, like the original bottles. But like when they count them out, they have to put them in another bottle, and usually it's an orange plastic bottle. And so the name of the song is Soon You'll Get Better, from the Lover album.
I've never heard of these albums. I've never heard of Lover. I've heard of Midnight.
Lover came out when I was a resident, I think 2019. This was before the pandemic, right before the pandemic this came out. We're gonna get more into Lover. Lover's a great one.
Okay.
This is like one of the first ones where she was starting to like branch into a different era, shall we say. But that's this one. The next one comes from one of my favorite songs ever, which is Dress. So this line is, made your mark on me, a golden tattoo. She never says yellow, but she uses golden a lot. So I use that for
maybe she doesn't like the color yellow.
There are theories about why she loves gold, which we're not going to get into because that's Gaylor territory.
Can you tell me afterwards?
Sure.
Okay.
Off mic. All right. Next one is The Green Color. This is one of my favorite songs ever that she's done. It's called Wonderland from 1989. I think the deluxe album, but I can't remember if it was on OG. And it's Didn't You Flash Your Green Eyes at Me? The song gives me Villeneuve vibes. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. This is just an episode where Theora gets to geek out.
Yes. And then for Blue, we've got Cruel Summer, which she just recently, I think, re-released.
Oh, I heard some of that.
Yeah, and it's blue. The feeling I got. And there's more. So there's Blue. But she's explicitly saying here, blue is the feeling. And lastly, I had to use...
it's the title of the song, right?
Huh?
Isn't that the title of the song?
What?
Lavender Haze.
Yes, so I had to use this one. So this is from Midnight's Lavender Haze. I feel the lavender haze creeping on me. And so lavender haze is like is a queer term. So like the lavender scare and like all that stuff. So that's a explicitly kind of queer color. And I thought that was fitting for ending the rainbow colors. So there's tons of lyrics that have colors in them, but like we have at least one lyric of every color of the rainbow and just a reference to colors in general. So queers love rainbows and queers love colors. So this is one other theme that we really enjoy.
I have a question.
What's up?
So for everyone who doesn't know, because why would you? Theora quickly threw this together because we were supposed to film something else. Did you just have all of this like in your head already?
I mean, I had to Google. I had the themes in my brain. I just had to like put it on a slide.
I just thought like you're like, all right, this color is in this song and this color that song.
No, I had to like look up for specific examples, like for some of them. All right. So yeah, colors. Kaitlynn, thoughts? Colors, is that a theme that you're into?
I wish I knew what it would be like to like think in colors and like feel colors, because I just can't understand it. But I've heard like people, like someone can say a name and people will tell you like what color is associated with it.
That's interesting. I feel like she's one of those people because it's just there's so many.
It's called like synthesia or something.
Yes,
like that.
There's a I don't know what it's called. You might be right.
I've been in a lot of therapy. I've met a few people who can do this. So
yeah, it is a real thing. Yeah, I think that she's definitely in that spectrum or whatever range this is. I'm not super familiar with it, but the queers like their colors.
I feel like I saw something of her talking about this.
Probably.
The color thing.
But yeah.
I don't know. So very interesting. I like rainbows. When I was little, this is not relevant, but I used to say that my favorite color is rainbow.
And you turned out to be gay, so is that a coincidence, Kaitlynn? I don't think so. So this is a theme that's right up your alley. Let's see if the next theme is also up your alley. Okay. So this is a theme that comes up over and over and over again. And it's secretly or not so secretly being in love with your best friend. Is there a queer theme out there than this?
Yeah, I think this is like the only thing.
No, I think this is like a universal thing. Like, if you weren't secretly or not so secretly in love with your best friend, are you a queer person? Is my question.
I have no idea.
I know. I feel like that's the universal experience. And for this, we're gonna listen to the song. And this one starts at the beginning, so hopefully this will go better.
Ready.
All right. So for the not so secretly or secretly being in love with your best friend, there's no better song for this than Dress from the Reputation album. And we're just going to play just the first couple of lyrics because you'll see what I'm talking about.
Our secret moments in a crowded room. Hands are shaking from holding back from you. All of this silence.
Okay, Kaitlynn. So initial thoughts? Initial thoughts?
Very interesting. I think it's relatable, right? I mean, maybe not that brought the dress for you to take it off, but very, very.
I mean, for the theme of being in love with your best friend, how was this?
It was perfect.
Yes. So first of all, here's a theme that's relatable for queer people is like closeted relationships or like being with somebody, but then you can't be out in public. So the beginning of the song, secret moments in a crowded room. So like nobody else knows they're together because they got no idea about me and you. But clearly they're together and something.
But they are together in this, or is it pining?
No, this isn't the pining. You're jumping ahead to our next theme. We'll get there.
Okay.
But just the beginning sets up, this is a secret relationship. So, okay. But with your best friend, though. So, and then the next lines are just like, I don't want you like a best friend. I'm clearly trying to get with you because I bought this dress that I want you to take off. So, I think that encapsulates a lot of queer experiences, and I find that relatable. Thoughts?
I am rereading, and it's a lot of words on the screen.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just want it to work out.
It does in the song. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying in terms of like, how many queer media things have you seen with like secret relationships because they're queer?
A lot. Every single thing.
Right. So the first paragraph of this song, super relatable, right? Covert relationships. And then the relationship thing where it's like best friend, but I want more. Beatrice and Ava. Like there's many examples of things we've talked about. So this is a very relatable song. Like
Beatrice bought the shirt. So
Beatrice bought this shirt right here, and she took off her own sweater. Okay,
Theora pointed to her own shirt for the people listening.
Yes, Kaitlynn got me a replica of Beatrice's shirt because I wouldn't shut up about it in our other episodes. If you're into warrior, and it goes with that. But point is, this particular song, these particular lyrics, this theme is very relatable to queer people, and so. There's a song you can listen to over and over again, remove the pronouns, and you're like, I relate to this. This is me as a queer person. I understand this. And so, Kaitlynn, jumping to our next theme, which is pining. So much pining. There's so much pining.
That pining should just be a synonym of queer.
Totally. And so Dress starts it off with literally saying pining in anticipation. That's why like that song is just the most queerest relatable thing. But she has there's other songs that just hit the pining, which again, warrior done. There's so many like things of just like queer pining. So that theme, it's embedded in our little hearts. So another song I wanted to throw in there was Invisible, which I think is also Speak Now.
Oh, it's not on the Red album? Come on, Faye.
Is it?
Well, it's in red.
No, I just put it there. in red to make it look different.
I know, but I thought maybe it was on the red album. Never mind, doesn't matter.
Actually, wait, I might have it. Hold on.
Oh,
no, Taylor Swift, her first album. My bad.
Wow.
I know. Sorry. I'm not as good with her like OG stuff. I apologize. I'm not an expert. I never claimed to be. But anyway, so The Invisible, the line, basically the entire song is just about literally like her earlier album. There's a bunch of them on there because she was in high school when she wrote these. And so the whole song is about, I wish this person would notice me because if they could, we could finally be together. It would be amazing. So the line is, and you could see right through me, but if you only knew me, we could be a beautiful miracle, unbelievable, instead of just invisible. I don't know what describes pining better than that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, see, I don't hear it as much, like, because I watch TV and don't listen, like, to lyrics as much, so this is a little harder for me. So I can see it, but...
Well, what comes to mind?
Of pining?
Oh, I just meant, could you see the lyrics, or...
No. So you asked me what better describes pining.
Oh, then yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, so you're saying TV better depicts it than the song?
No, like I can see it more in TV. Like I can recognize it. So I don't really know how to describe it. But this does a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, if you just like, so what I picture in this, because it's high school, is just a girl standing by a locker, staring at her crush, just thinking like trying to get, like wishing that person would notice her and just feeling like you can't even see me, but like I want you, and if we were together, it'd be so great. That's really what the lyric is saying. It's all about the pining, though. But we, as a queer community, are always get the pining, especially in television, because we cover that a lot. How many television shows can you think of where the queer couple is together right off the bat? Yeah. Yeah, that laugh. Versus we have to wait 2 seasons at least for them to get together.
Is there a show that they start to, I mean, the L Word.
Yeah, the L Word with one couple. But okay, so like what, 20 years ago we had this? So like, you know, so relatable, because this is the content we get so much.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. So next one is, I think, relatable, particularly in America. Maybe this is an American thing.
I love this song.
I know you know this song. So the next theme is overcoming small towns and bullies. So a lot of like queer media too. A lot of it touches on, you know, queer people who are isolated in small towns where they don't have a queer community. And often when you're younger, you get bullied by the heteros or the closet cases performing as heteros. And so she has many songs that are kind of about this, not just being bullied, but a positive note of just overcoming the bully and getting the fuck out of there. And so with that, we're going to just listen to the lyrics. You've heard this song, so we don't have to play it. But it's mean. Do you want to sing it, Kaitlynn? Do it.
Sure. Someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Someday I'll be big enough so you can hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Why you gotta be so mean? That was such bad, like the octaves, it wasn't the right key, but whatever.
No, that was great. And then we didn't have to play it off of Amazon. So thank you, Kaitlynn. Everybody clap for Kaitlynn.
This song reminds me of Kurt in Glee, because he was always trying to get to New York and he was always bullied in school.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's such a...
I think it deserved better.
Yeah, and I think I think that made its way into media because this is a reality for many, many queer people. And so it's a relatable theme when it shows up. Yeah, and I will say that Taylor Swift, whose concerts cause earthquakes, definitely is big enough so nobody can touch her. So she good for her.
Oh my gosh, if someone tried to touch her, so many people. You could probably build a town of people just protecting her.
Listen, I saw something somebody on the internet who's like, listen, if aliens come to Earth and they're like trying to find the leader, they're gonna think it's her because of all the people that flock around her and the fact that this bitch is causing earthquakes.
I hear more about Taylor Swift now instead of Beyonce, like when I was younger.
And Beyonce deserves to be talked about.
I don't know much about Beyonce.
Oh, Kaitlynn. We'll educate you off mic. All right. Anything else you'd like to say? Comment about the queer theme of overcoming small towns and bullies.
I mean, not the theme, but I like the music video. Little Joey's in it.
Oh, nice. I will say that overcoming bullies is something from Heartstopper that we were watching.
Oh yeah, another one would be Charlie. I still keep getting them confused.
Charlie?
Nick? Charlie.
Nick is the puppy dog.
Nick, Charlie. No.
Charlie is the There's a whole ass episode called Bully.
Sucking at this. I still can't figure out who's who.
Charlie has black hair and Nick has golden retriever hair.
Charlie is getting bullied in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's a theme that shows up, especially with like
Nick and Nelly. That's how I remember it.
Yeah, Nick and Nelly. It's a theme that comes up a lot in earlier queer media, and especially particularly with like gay men, because like the bullying is a reality. How many people out there have been bullied? I was bullied. Like, who hasn't been bullied? So particularly when you're different, you know, I feel like this is an unfortunate universal-ish experience for a lot of queer people. So especially if you're isolated.
Gay?
I mean, for being different, that was part of me when I was trying to figure my shit out. Like, yeah, this happens to a lot of people. I mean, when you're different, you're an easy target, and especially in a small town where you definitely don't fit in. Yeah, so like this song I feel like is very relatable to a lot of queer people that have been through that.
I like that song.
I love that song. All right, and the last one I want to talk about is internalizing like negativity about yourself, like your authentic self. And so I could write a thesis about the Antihero song from Midnight's, because it's a friend of mine who I wanted to get on the podcast like analyze this from a queer lens, and it reads very much like a queer person internalizing their own homophobia that's being forced onto them by friends, family, the world, to the point where you can just like there's self-hatred there. And so I wanted to play so everybody knows, if you want to sing this part, like everybody knows the famous like bridge, I guess, or chorus, which is "It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me." Do you want to sing it, Kaitlynn? Do you know this part?
I can sing the whole thing, I think.
Do it.
It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Something that was terrible at the end, but
Taylor would be proud. Yay!
In the mirror, it must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Something like that.
No, that is it. We're going to listen to a piece of it that really drives home the point of like the negativity, because there's a part where she's singing the "It's me, hi," and you can hear the exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
In her voice, from her essentially having to tell herself, I'm the problem, over and over and over again, when in reality, it's like, you're not the problem. Your authentic self is beautiful. It's freeing just to be your authentic self. And by the end of the song, her tone changes where she's like accepted who she is. And she's like, it's me. I guess I'm the problem. Whatever. I'm owning who I am. And if you have a problem with it, fuck you. And that's basically the whole course of the song. It's such a great song. To me, it's more like the millennial experience. I think that might be the lens she's coming at for real, but you can put a queer lens on it and it almost sounds like dealing with internalized homophobia, which unfortunately I think is a reality for a lot of people. So I want to play the part where she's just, you can hear the exhaustion where it's like having to suppress yourself is like really weighing on her. So give me just a second.
I saw a TikTok where she was singing it on the tour, and I saw her actually perform that part, and I was like, oh, okay, I understood it more once I saw her sing it, because like she actually performed it how it's supposed to be taken.
Yeah. It hit me immediately, this song. First of all, her lyrics are just so ungodly beautiful when she says like, what was it, the graveyard, my depression works the graveyard shift. Like that line is just such beautiful wordsmithing.
It's a very relatable song.
Yeah.
Like for anything. Because I know I have an issue with thinking I'm always the issue with everything.
Exactly. But just like, and just the fact that it keeps you up at night, works the graveyard shift, like just her lyrics are just so fucking good. All right, I just want to skip to the part, but unfortunately what we're using is not helpful.
I'm the problem, it's me. Hi. Everybody agrees.
Okay, so I want to stop it there. And like you just can hear the way it's just weighing on her so much, and like the way she like says everybody agrees, like so monotone and flat. It's almost like that's the part where she's like tired of telling herself this, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I was really distracted by the song.
Okay, but like what do you make of that section?
I mean, just that is just so exhausting. Like, I'm confused by the word anti-hero.
So a hero is somebody you root for, an anti-hero isn't.
Okay.
So
she's the anti-hero.
Correct. Like so the whole point of the song is that nobody's rooting for her. They're telling her there's something wrong with her. She's the problem. The anti-hero is somebody who triumphs despite what other people want. So this song is her basically like in that section I played where it's like her convincing herself what everybody else is telling her. Like at tea time, everybody agrees I'm the problem. In like polite society, I'm the problem. And she's telling herself that over and over and over again. And in that section, you just hear it weighing on her where she's trying to convince herself, yeah, I'm the problem. Like she's getting more and more exhausted with every line because like she's not the problem. They're the fucking problem, which is why I love when it transitions out of that. It's the cheeriest line ever. So like the next line is,
it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
So at the end, she like owns it and she's like, fuck it. I guess I'm the problem. I'm just going to live my life and just be me. That's where the tone changes so dramatically.
Are we talking about Taylor herself or just like this song?
Just the themes in her music. But I mean, if you want to talk about something about her, as long as it's not a Gaylor thing, that's fine.
No, it's just she was talking about how every time somebody didn't like something, she changed and she kept changing. And now I think she's to the point where she really doesn't want to. And I really like that this song is basically telling that. And it's really showing people that don't be afraid to be yourself, because really it's too exhausting to worry and you'll be a lot happier.
Yeah. And you nailed it. That's exactly what this song is about. And I love the way she sings it with so much emotion that you can hear all of that just in that teeny tiny little section. I just absolutely adore this song. It's so powerful. And I think, it's relatable to a lot of different people, but I think in the queer context of people who have to deal with internalized homophobia and being told you're different, you're unnatural, and having to just keep convincing yourself, yep, I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem.
Yeah, when you're like trying to figure out, and I know for me when I was like, shit, I think I'm gay, and like I just kept thinking that it was a problem, and it's exhausting, like trying to like not accept it, and then once you do accept it, it is kind of like the end of that song, and it feels a lot easier, and
it's freeing. Like that's why I love that transition where it's just like very bottom, very low sounding, like exhausted. And then the minute you just like say, fuck it, that's who I am. I guess I'm a problem for you. And just like, it's freeing, it's liberating. And that's what I feel like coming into your queerness and finding, accepting and loving who you are is just, it feels like that, you know?
It really does.
Yeah. So I love that song. I think it's about it's relatable in many contexts. And just here, I think, for queer people, there's something definitely to resonate with.
The good thing I love about her music is that...
What were you saying, Kaitlynn?
Her music is able to be like... Sorry. People can find themselves in her music no matter what their background is, because they're specific to her, but they're also so general that we can see queer themes in them and relate them to ourselves, but someone else who's completely different will also see themselves and their story in that. And I think Anti-Hero is definitely, I think that might be the most relatable out of any song that she has.
I completely agree. And I think when you get past her, like her lyrics and what she's singing about definitely evolves as she gets older. And so this song came from an album she released very recently in her 30s, where she's been through fame. She's has more life experience beyond having a crush on somebody in high school and like pining for them, like the last theme and the last song, Invisible, that came from her like first album. Here we are, the last album. And it's about more complex, like life experience type of issue that, like you said, is universal. And I mean, clearly she has a universal appeal because she has fans, so many fans all over the freaking world from so many different backgrounds, like you're saying. So there's something resonating beyond like, yeah, I know what love is like. This song for me, like you said, I agree. I think this is the pinnacle of just like, this is relatable no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift. I love her newer lyrics a lot as I get older. Like, I like that, like, we're the same age. So, like, as she gets older and her lyrics are about more like I've lived life kind of topics like this, I'm like, yes, I relate to this too. So there's a lot to love with Taylor Swift. But to bring it on home, unless you had more to say about Anti-Hero, I can talk about Anti-Hero all day, just that song. I have no words for it. Sometimes it's just so moving.
I just think we need to get to the slide because I have questions.
But we're going to get to the most explicitly queer song that she's released from the Lover album called You Need to Calm Down. And for those listening / watching on YouTube, I'm just going to read out the queerest lyrics, and then we're going to end this and go watch the music video, because I'm pretty sure you've never seen it, Kaitlynn.
Oh, hell no, I haven't.
All right, fantastic. So here are the songs. The lyrics that I picked out that are just, this is an explicitly queer song. So, why are you mad when you could be glad? And glad is spelled GLAAD, like the organization.
Wait, it's actually spelled like that?
These are the straight up lyrics, yeah. Yes.
That's just really explicit.
It's very explicit. And then the anthem from lyrics from this are, 'cause shade never made anybody less gay. So it's basically about like trolls on the internet hating on queer people. And they're like, whatever you're doing is not going to make anybody like gay people are going to exist no matter what you do. And so you just need to calm down because you're being too loud with your bigotry. And that's really what the song is about. And the music video there's a lot to unpack, but I'm pretty sure she just wrangled up every queer person that lived in LA, including Lesbian Jesus, and had them in the music video. So,
of course she got Lesbian Jesus.
Lesbian Jesus has opened for her before. Like,
good for Lesbian Jesus.
I know. Good old Haley. So we're gonna watch the music video because it's just one of the queerest things. Just ever. Just ever.
I'm excited to see it.
All right, are you ready, Kaitlynn? We'll watch it, then you can tell me what you think, and then we'll close this episode out.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me just switch my screens.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and this is when she also, so the end of that video is like, hey, she was kind of like, she was never political, like ever, because, you know, she was started in country, and they're like, you can never say anything, you can never be controversial, blah, blah, blah. This was the first time she ever did anything that was like, quote unquote, controversial. And so this was at the time, I think, when it was pandemic time. So this was before, in the United States, the Joe Biden versus Donald Trump election. And she endorsed Joe Biden, and she started here and was like, hey, the country's fucked up. So the message at the end of that video, that's from her site, is like, hey, we need to change America, like sign this petition kind of thing. And so with the power and influence that she has, that was huge. And people criticize her for not doing enough, which is all kinds of valid. But the fact that she like kind of went against her management, was like, no, I'm going to start doing stuff like this. I'm fucking 30. The stakes are too high. I'm going to endorse somebody, like, was big. And so to make this and then make it explicitly like a political thing was a big move for her, and something she'd never done previously.
I really liked it. I would go live there too.
I know, it looks like the dream place to live. With, like,
it kind of seems like gay Barbie.
Honestly, if there was it started here. Maybe Greta Gerwig is like, there's something here. Let's make this straight.
Very reminiscent of it, actually.
But yeah, so that one's pretty gay because of the lyrics.
It's like outwardly gay.
Yeah, aren't you glad?
Oh, Taylor Swift, thank you. I didn't even know that song was... I've like heard parts of it, but I haven't heard the whole thing.
The music video makes it. Especially when she's wearing the bisexual flag colors, and we're like, girl, what are you doing? But it's very fun, it's very colorful, like how it's shot, and the message overall is good. Like, isn't it exhausting just hating other people?
Yeah.
And when it's ineffective because people are going to be who they're going to be. So this is another one that kind of ties into the whole like bullying stuff, like, and this is specifically about a group of people being bullied and rising above it, is the whole like message. Yeah. So
I think going through her lyrics, I respect her even more. First, I mean, I could never write a song because it just blows my mind how people can just like figure out a melody and like write stuff to it. I don't get it. So I love her. I wrote my own lyrics to one of her songs for biology class to get extra credit. That's not relevant, but
she's helping people learn. Well, if you weren't a fan of Taylor Swift, hopefully this convinced you to at least check out Anti-Hero at minimum.
Should we hydrate for Lesbian Jesus?
Yeah, I would hydrate all the water on the planet for Taylor Swift and Lesbian Jesus, who was in that last music video we watched.
I love it. Well, I mean, on her actual scale, I will give her a 10.
Yeah.
Which is the highest I've ever given something.
Wow, Kaitlynn's first 10. We're making history here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Go check out some Taylor Swift if we haven't convinced you. And if there's another artist you would like us to spontaneously talk about in terms of queerness, queer lyrics that does music, please let us know, because we've never dabbled explicitly into musical artists. So let us know, and we'll keep this party going.
Woo!
Woo! So until next time, hydrate for Lesbian Jesus.
And get it up all over the place.
Bye!
Bye!
And with that, we've been Big Gay Energy. If you like this episode, check out all our other episodes right here on YouTube. Please like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more amazing, super gay content.
If you'd like to support us, check out our merch store, or join our Patreon for early access to episodes, exclusive content, and so much more.
Until next time, stay safe and hydrate for lesbian Jesus.